Hey, what's up guys? Eddie Henry XR Lifestyles discussing how to control insulin during exercise if your goal is fat loss. And keep in mind there's a lot of different strategies out there on how to control insulin goal dependent. For instance, if your goal is energy or performance or recovery or even weight gain, you actually want insulin present. But if your goal is fat loss during exercise, you do not want insulin present because you cannot burn fat effectively while insulin is present, period. So when you eat a meal, the carbohydrates break down into sugar and are released into your bloodstream for energy purposes. And at that point, the pancreas releases insulin to transport the sugar out of the blood into secondary energy places, the liver, the muscle tissues, and eventually the body fat. And when you start exercising, this is the order in which the sugar is burned before you ever get to body fat. So you start exercising, and first energy you use is the sugar in the bloodstream. Second energy you use is from the liver, then the muscle cells, and then when all that sugar's gone, you start using body fat as fuel. And body fat is not an efficient thing we use for energy. It's very hard. The body prefers to use sugar. So when you start using body fat for fuel, this is a point in the workout when you get bonked out and you start getting fatigued. So two things that I'm seeing a lot in the gyms that are a big no-no if you're trying to lose fat during exercise is one, eating before you exercise, even if it's a healthy meal, even if it's Greek yogurt and a piece of fruit or some Ezekiel bread and almond butter, it still turns to blood sugar, raises your insulin, and you have to use all that blood sugar before you tap into body fat stores. And even if you're working out very hard, this is going to take 30 or 40 minutes to accomplish. So maybe the last 10 or 20 minutes you're actually using body fat. And the second big mistake I'm seeing people do is when they start using body fat and they start to get foggy and fatigued, they have a few bites of something to raise their energy levels back up, and this further prevents fat loss. So there's a 3-step process to effectively burn fat during exercise. Number one, exercise in a fasting state or exercise on an empty stomach. This is most effective first thing in the morning because there's nothing in your system. There is no blood glucose. Your liver has very little sugar in it, and your muscles have a little reservoir, and you can burn through that in 10 minutes and then literally use body fat your whole workout. And if you can't do it first thing in the morning, make sure you haven't eaten in like 3 or 4 hours, because it does take about 2 to clear the insulin out of your body. Second thing you do is have a natural form of caffeine prior to exercise. This will keep you focused. This will help fire your central nervous system. This will help you burn fat more effectively. Okay, and the third thing you need to do is actually ride this fasting state a little bit post-exercise to continually burn fat, because now your metabolism's up. There are no sugars in your body, and your body's using solely fat as energy. That's huge. And furthermore, study after study show that growth hormone just keeps releasing while exercising in a fasting state. And what growth hormone does is it further burns fat and actually builds muscle too. So after about 45 minutes post-exercise, then have a nutritious meal. So again, if your goals are energy or performance, weight gain, recovery, you're going to want to eat something. You're going to want to have a little bit of insulin present. But if your goals are fat loss, you must exercise on an empty stomach so insulin isn't present. You cannot burn fat effectively while insulin is present. Period, guys. If you do this, you will be lean and mean for life. If you enjoyed this video, like it on Facebook, subscribe to my channel at YouTube, Eddie Henry, and as always, check out xrlifestyles.com for the latest news. Take care, guys.